The New York Islanders fall to the Edmonton Oilers 2-1 in overtime tonight. Leon Draisaitl, league's leading scorer, basically doing us in with both goals, and he's already scored one overtime winner against us this year. It just seems like McDavid and Draisaitl they score in overtime against us a lot. I mean, I know they score against a lot of other teams in overtime as well, but it seems like we always seem to take Edmonton to overtime, and either McDavid or Draisaitl is ending the game for us. But wow, what a super exciting game! 2-1, Edmonton wins this one, but. All I asked for out of the Islanders was, for the rest of the season, just give me some exciting hockey to watch, something to entertain me for the rest of the year, and they absolutely 100% completely did that tonight. So I was thoroughly entertained with tonight's game. Let's get into it. So the Islanders basically they are a no-show from their West Coast arriving home. They give up 17 shots in the first period, and I have to be honest with you, I don't know who the shot guy was in keeping track of the shots on net, but I swear that Edmonton had far more than 35 shots against Ilya. Anyway, it was pretty much the Ilya Sorokin show in the first period. 17 shots uh, recorded or said. Like I said, I believe it was in the 20s after that first period for sure, at least. Uh, but yeah, it was the Elias Sorokin show, and it was looking good. It was there was nothing good that could be said about any Islander other than actually Pierre Engvall and Ilya Sorokin in the first period, and that was about it. So uh, it was gonna be interesting to see is this gonna be one of those games where Ilya just gets bombarded and finally the dam bursts and it's like 5, 6 goals against us, or is Ilya gonna do one of those 50 saves, stand on your head shutouts that he very well can do, and even against a good team, but nope, that's not the case. Leon Draisaitl in the second period, at the 8 minutes and 46 seconds, scores his 48th of the year from Connor Brown and Evan Bouchard. So Islanders down halfway through the game, and it's starting to look like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But the weird part about the whole thing is in the second period, all of a sudden we woke up and it was our period. We dominated the second period. So uh, in typical Islander fashion, where we a lot of times will possess and own a period, we come out on the wrong side of it on the goal department, and that's exactly what happens in this case. And we're down 1-0 halfway through the second, and now after it being the Ilya show for the first period, it was kind of a shame that thinking like, oh man, we don't really deserve to be down 1-0 now, even though I guess we could have been with the first period. But anyway, we get through the second period, and it's still 1-0. So it's anybody's game. You never know what can happen. And early in the third period, 1 minute and 21 seconds in, Bo Horvat coming down on a 2-on-1 with Duclair, and the shot was given to him, and he took the shot and he put the shot in the perfect spot. And Bo scores his 21st of the year unassisted, and it's a beauty. And it's 1-1. And the third period was just a really good period. So I say, Edmonton completely had the first period. The Islanders, I wouldn't say completely had the second period, but they had the majority of the play in the second period. And the third period was just basically a free for all, both ways, playing just some excellent hockey, very entertaining hockey, exciting hockey, and we go all the way down to the end of the game, and we got ourselves a 1-1 tie, and the Islanders picking up a point. And it was a well earned tie. And if they end up getting the win, I'm not sure the win is the greatest thing for the Islanders right now. But like I said, I won't cheer. I One thing I won't do is I won't cheer against the Islanders to lose. And uh, not only that, I remember the one year I did it, and I cheered, and we got up one spot. I'm not talking about the UA Croup time. That's a whole different ball game, that one. But it was New Jersey actually, and we moved up a spot on New Jersey. And because we swapped spots on the last game of the year, New Jersey and that spot ended up winning the lottery, and they ended up getting I think it was Heeshire, Hershire, here, I'm Heeshire. Oh, I don't know why I can't say that tonight. Tongue-tied. Nico, anyway. Heeshire. Heeshire. Oh, that's crazy. I never had problems saying that name. Anyway, so I never wish for them to to lose because you might be wishing them right out of the lottery spot. So that's why I don't do that. And anyway, it's time to go to overtime, and wow, the overtime is exciting. The Islanders get completely hemmed in there for about a 2 minute period, and it was just uber exciting. And Ilya finishes it off with a super glove save to finally bring the play to a halt. And there was just a lot of good things that happened in that overtime. Pierre Engvall was just an animal out there. But, 3 minutes, 53 seconds in, you can only hold Edmonton off so long. Leon Draisaitl was his 49th from Connor McDavid and Calvin Pickard. Pickard made a hell of a save before that to keep the game going. And it was a great game. It was exciting. That was all I asked. If every game could be like this the rest of the year, I'll be very happy tuning in, watching the Islanders, and making a podcast about it because that was fun. That was fun to watch. It was entertaining. The Islanders were good, except for the first period, but that's okay. Like I said, coming back from a West Coast swing, uh, only taking one period to get back into the swing of things is actually not too bad. So. Uh, really super game by the Islanders tonight. So let's talk about the players tonight. I thought Siplikov was okay tonight. He well, obviously on the fourth line, he only got 11 and a half minutes of ice time. He made a couple of super really nice passes on the power play, but that was about it. Still need more out of Max for sure. Simon Holmstrom tonight was -2, and that's no bueno, that's for sure. He did that in 19 minutes and 18 seconds of ice time. He had a one block shot, but it's just really enjoyable to watch Simon how he's progressed, and I think his stats make him look worse than he really was tonight. Anthony Duclair, I'm very hopeful right now from the last three games. I'm hoping that Anthony has been playing all year injured, except for the first 5 games. And in the first 5 games of the year, he was excellent with Barzell and Horvat. So uh, in the last 3 games, I've kind of noticed things out of him a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, a little bit more engaged, a little more trying. And he was a +1 tonight in 15 and a half minutes of ice time. He had 2 shots on net and 2 blocked shots. One was a big blocked shot. So that's telling me when you're laying your body in front of a slapper or a clapper like that you're engaged and you're trying. So this lifts my spirits for next year. Having a hoping that we've just had an unhealthy declare all year long. So if he comes back healthy and we have Barzell back and we got our new prospects coming up and whatnot. You never know. We might be semi-competitive. Just a little bit of retool here. We still don't know what Lou is talking about when it comes to retooling. It's kind of looking like right now we're going to be signing Palmieri. So I'll talk about Palms when we get to him. But I thought Horvat was once again good tonight. Like he was just like he has been in the last 3, 4 games, like skating, noticeable, taking shots, and the only difference is tonight he scored, and that's really the only difference between his games as of late. So actually, it was a really good game by Bo getting himself a goal. He was a +1 almost 23 minutes of ice time. He had 3 shots on net and one block shot as well. So really good game by Bo. Gatcombe, basically the same thing that you can say about him every game. One block shot 8 minutes of ice time, zeros across the board. So the fourth line performed well there. Pierre Engvall, wow, wow. If we could have this Pierre Engvall every game, that would be amazing. This was beyond a doubt Pierre Engvall's night, man. Like he was awesome out there. I normally when I rate Engvall, I usually rate him on his own bell curve on how he did on the night. But screw that. I'm not rating him on the bell curve tonight. I'm rating him against everybody, and he was probably the best Islander on the ice tonight. Like he had an amazing game. He had an amazing game. He was getting. Let's take a look at this. He got 4 shots on net tonight. He ended up being a -1, but that's because of the overtime goal. And but he was amazing in overtime, and he was amazing throughout the entire game. He also made some fantastic defensive plays where he got back into the play and shut him down and whatnot. He was all over the ice tonight. It was by far his best game as an Islander. And I said to one of my friends on the message board, I said, "Man, we should actually put Engvall out in overtime." And sure enough, Patrick did, and it was a good move. He was great out there. So just unfortunate, you lose to snipers, McDavid and Draisaitl. That's okay. But what a game by Pierre. That was really, really, really good. Hudson Fashing also had a pretty good game tonight as he has zeros across the board, so that's all you want out of your fourth line for sure. And he had 1 shot on net and 1 blocked shot as well. So he had that beautiful little drag move. Too bad he didn't score on that move, but he's not a goal scorer, but it was still a beautiful play. It would have been nice if it had went in. Anders Lee, he was a -1 tonight, but. Uh, there was one point tonight where I saw Anders Lee skating stride for stride with Connor McDavid, and Lee was defending him, and it was amazing to watch. And he just ran McDavid out of the room, and I was like, "Wow, Anders, the strides you have made in skating this year are absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing." He really has had a good year. I do think he's slowing down a little bit at the end of the year here. Uh, but still solid, solid, solid season. Kyle McLean had his typical night at 9 minutes, which was basically under the players that he was playing with and whatnot was quite a bit under the time. But I think Kyle is still recovering from the flu bug. So uh, good night by him though. 9 minutes and zeros across the board. Nothing happened on the ice while he was out there. So that's a good thing for Kyle for sure. Pajot, 19 minutes of ice time tonight. He had 2 blocked shots tonight, and that's pretty much all he did. And he got himself a -1 in 19 minutes of ice time. So he was good in the face-off dot. Was watching that a lot tonight, so that was pretty good. Casey Cizikas always putting out his hustle out there. He had 3 shots on net and 1 block shot as well. So zeros across the board, so he didn't hurt us, but he was actually making things out the ice happen offensively. So kudos to Casey. Adam Pellick. He was a -1 tonight. I thought he was pretty good. 23 minutes and 20 seconds of ice time. He had 4 block shots. That was the beauty of a kick save he made at the end there. And that one definitely had to hurt. But I thought Adam had a really nice game. He was definitely solid out there. Tony D'Angelo, I really love the addition of this guy. I mean, sure, his defense is not the greatest, but it's not the worst. It's not as bad as I remember it being on the Rangers and on Carolina. It looks like he's cleaned up things there a lot, but it's just the offense that guy provides. I love his shoot first mentality. 5 shots tonight. 5 shots. He also had a block shot, and he got himself a penalty tonight, 19 minutes, 36 seconds of ice time. And I just love the way he moves the puck, and I love the way he walks the line on the blue line and that. But I love that shoot first mentality out of Tony for sure. Uh, Ryan Pollock, I thought, finally came out of his funk a little bit tonight, and his ice time reflects that it came up a bit to 21:38. He had three block shots and one hit tonight, so zeros across the board otherwise for that. So Pollock pulled up his socks and was much better tonight. Noah Dobson just seems to keep growing more confident every day. Yes, he was a -1 tonight. Had 21 minutes and 37 seconds of ice time. He had two shots on net and one block shot. Noah is playing with a ton of confidence right now, and he's playing all aspects of the game well. So he's looking really good out there. I really think he's going to explode again in the offensive category. I really do. It may not be this year, but I do believe next year for sure that it he's just developed so much in this year. Even his bone structure and everything. Like he looks like a man now. So expecting big things out of Noah. And I thought he looked great again tonight. And I love the way he leads the Islanders and no offense down the ice. It's a thing of beauty. Scotty Mayfield, totally plugger night, did some PK time, 14 minutes and 4 seconds of ice time. Got a stupid penalty. And Scott, if you want to stay in the lineup, that's not the way to do it, man. That was just a pure bad penalty. And had what could have been a pretty much a breakaway, and he just totally flubbed it. But Scotty's not paid for his silky mitts. So, but Scott scores once every once in a while. Boy, there's not going to be a much better chance of the one he had tonight, that's for sure. So Scotty playing his plugger game, 14 minutes and 4 seconds. He did get one shot on net, one block shot, and one hit. So typical Scotty game with his PK time as well. Romanov, he was a +1, three block shots, three hits, one shot on net. Pretty much a typical Romy night as well. Ilya Sorokin, well, he's pretty much our savior in the first period there. Without him, this game would have been a blowout long early in the first period, and Edmonton probably would have won this walking away. But Ilya saves 33 out of 35, gives up two goals, the league's leading goal scorer, scoring his 48th and 49th goals of the year. It's hard to blame the goaltender when, well, he is the elite goal scorer of the league. So it's tough to blame. They were beautiful shots. He's just beaten by a really, really good hockey player. He's probably going to win MVP, his second MVP this year, which is really something. To win the league MVP twice with a guy like Connor McDavid on your team. So, not only just to beat him out, but then also go out and beat everybody else in the league as well. So, anyway, a really outstanding game by Ilya, 943 save percentage. It's a shame that he gave up the second one. It would have been nice for him to get a win, but he was solid, fantastic out there. So uh, anyway, pretty happy with the overall with the game tonight. The biggest and most pleasant surprise was beyond a doubt Pierre Engvall. Like that was just if we could get that Pierre Engvall every game, we would that 3 million a year would be looking pretty good. I'll tell you that right now. It would look like a steal of a deal if he could play like that every night. But the one thing we know about Pierre Engvall is he cannot do that. He is not he is not a man of consistency. But man, to watch that tonight and watch the way he performed was really good. And since I've trashed him so much this year, that's why I'm giving him his flowers now for what I saw out there. What I saw out there tonight was absolutely outstanding by him. So, anyway, I want to thank the Islanders for entertaining me tonight. They picked up a point. Good for them. That doesn't really hurt us too much in the draft, whether dropping, going up or down. So, happy that the Islanders could pick up a point. Thank you for entertaining me. I hope all you guys and girls out there take care. Have a good night and peace out.